Yo, YouTube, what it do? This is your boy Prince Maverick spinning the block. We back around again on the YouTube machine, man, and we ain't spent the block in quite some time, man. Hope everybody's been doing all right. Had to take a little mini break from YouTube. You know, sometimes you just get brain rot from being on an interweb machine. Sometimes Paul 3H's Levesque is just putting out content that just makes my stomach ill. Both companies was just starting to really make me sick to my stomach, you know, almost to a point where I almost took a longer break, man, because there was genuinely nothing to talk about. I can't be filling my brain with algorithms all day and, you know, just news all day. You know, I gotta actually remember that I'm in touch with life, still human, gotta step away from the machine for once. But we spinning the block again, man, to talk about this Brock Lesnar situation. Brock Lesnar's fake retirement is still on the internet right now. It's a lot of things I want to talk to y'all about, man. We got the 2026 releases still to talk about, bro. We got everything. But right now, this is still in the headlines, man. Brock Lesnar fake retirement. Was it worth it? Was it not? Your boy Prince is low-key feeling conflicted on it. Let me tell you why. Kind of conflicted here because on one hand, I don't necessarily hate it, but I don't love it either. It's a love-hate thing with him coming back, especially the way that he did, bro. Let me just break it down. It's kind of stupid in hindsight. Brock Lesnar just returned from the dead, you know? Like, he attacked Oba Femi with multiple F5s, and somehow it still felt less important than it should have. I don't know how that's even possible. I don't know how, like, maybe it's the booking of Triple H within the last year, especially coming out of WrestleMania 41 from last year. Ever since then, it's like the product is actually just taking a nosedive, dude, with creativity. But for some reason, I cannot feel this moment that I'm supposed to feel. You know what I mean? That's what WWE is currently lacking. Any emotion, any real feeling, and the moments that are happening that we're supposed to feel something in and draw some emotion from, TKO is not allowing us to do such with all these budget cuts and just Paul's booking on top of it. We're just not allowed to, you know? And that sucks because this was supposed to be a bigger moment. Like, don't get me wrong. I asked WWE to shock us and I don't want to seem ungrateful. You know, we're adults now. Not everything is going to go our way, right? We're not 12 years old no more. Not every single thing can go our way. I completely understand that. So technically, yes, this was a shock. I gotta give credit where it's due first, right? That's first and foremost. I can't just be negative about every single thing. I gotta give credit where it's due, man. We asked for a shock. We asked for a shock and awe. We asked for surprise moments like this, and we got it. We got it, man. But you know, my only concern now is what does this mean for Oba Femi? Lately, the only thing that they've been doing ever since he quote unquote retired Brock Lesnar was just beating up jobbers every single week. That's it. That's all he's been reduced to. Just beating up jobbers, bro. Nothing special, y'all. He just been out there just, you know, doing his little strut, beating up some NPCs instead of becoming the monster that he was supposed to be believed to be. Like, he convinced us that he was gonna be, but Triple H just cooled him off. This happens a lot, bro. Every time they catch any type of wave, man, they get cooled off easily by Paul 3H's big nose Levesque and the rest of his creative team. So I gotta give WWE credit where it's due. The fake retirement, chef's kiss. Actually clever, if you think about it. At WrestleMania 42, Brock loses to Oba, throws up the X. Everybody started panicking, thinking something went wrong for real, like me. And now we find out this man basically pulled the wrestling version of Michael Myers, bro. Nigga just popping up whenever he feel like. So I still respect it, but at the end of the day, I can't really get jiggy with it, dog. Like, man, what does this do for Oba Femi? He's already been losing momentum. He's going out there beating up Los Garza. Like, who the hell cares about Los Garza, dude? Nobody cares. They're a jobber tag team. They're jobber individuals, even before they were tag team. What does any of them individually, what can they provide to Oba Femi, bro, for multiple weeks? They can't give him nothing just because they're known jobbers with a name. So what if they're not Chris Shingles or Susie Cream from up the street? Who cares if they have a name? They're still fucking jobbers. What is that doing for him? You basically gave him the same vibe that he had in NXT. Okay, we know who he is. We know he's the ruler. We know he can destroy nobodies. We know this already. Let's take that energy and let's keep the ball rolling, son. Let's push it. Let's keep it going forward. So by the time Brock does come back, if he was to come back, now he's ready to take on Brock. And now he got as much heat as he needs. No, he should have been up against main event guys, at least top tier mid-card talent at the very least. But what do? They go out there and they throw this man up against jobber number 1, jobber number 3, and jobber number 50 from up the fucking street in San Diego. Giving him no aura to take on Brock going in Clash of Italy, dog. And don't get me wrong, everything he needs is still there. But now he might end up having to face an L, and that's not okay. It's just not, bro. Listen, dog. The reason why I'm conflicted on this is because this had to be the original trajectory of their feud. So it had to be. There was no other way to go. If you actually think about it for a moment, this was supposed to actually be the feud that continues to build over up into a believable main eventer. Brock actually retiring on the fly was kind of annoying, you know, in real time, because we were just like, damn, you know, he's just gonna leave Oba Femi like that. But you know, as the moment continued to happen, I started to look at it from different lenses. Like, damn, this is it. Oba actually is over. This dude is gonna be over the moon. He's gonna be over like Rover, right? Not even close, man. If anything, this win diminished what was supposed to catapult him into the main event scene, dude. It sucks. So with Brock Lesnar returning in this way, by the way, in the most embarrassing way, ripping his damn pants, it kind of kills Oba just a little bit. My only hope is this. My only hope is that they give Oba an actual believable match with Brock that's not considered a squash match like Mania. That's it. That's the only thing that can legitimately save him. Because if he goes in there, he gets squashed by Brock, or if he himself tries to squash Brock, nobody's going to believe that shit, bro. Second hugest problem is Oba Femi doesn't feel important. Who exactly was Brock Lesnar attacking? Because the Oba Femi we saw months ago, that dude looked unstoppable. I don't know this version of Oba Femi that he attacked, dog. I don't. I can't even tell you who this is. He's like carrying his NXT vibe. My man's is trapped in an endless cycle of open challenges against cause, basically. That's right, cause. Cause generated by Universe Mode and WWE 2K. This man retired Brock Lesnar, bro. Let that sink in. And then immediately got demoted into fighting random 5'8" wrestlers named Tyler Velocity. You know, who cares about a Los Garza, Angel Garza? Nobody, bro. How am I supposed to believe Brock Lesnar needed revenge against this version of Oba? They accidentally cooled him off, and that's not fair. That's the part killing the entire angle. Third issue, why I'm conflicted. WWE does this way too often. Triple H, his biggest weakness as a booker, he introduces somebody hot, then immediately parks them and filler content until the aura disappears. That's what he does, bro, because that's his thing. He doesn't want anybody getting over on their own, carrying this same lineage that the previous administration carried with Vinnie Mac McMahon. No difference. He should have been cutting terrifying promos. Oba Femi should have been scaring the shit out of people still to this day, cutting terrifying promos like he did the night before WrestleMania, or I should say that week before WrestleMania, the Raw before Mania. Promos like that need to be consistent. He should have been cutting terrifying promos instead of WWE booking him like some jobber himself, bro. He looked like he completed the final boss battle, you know? That's about it. But that was about it. All right? He looked like he completed that and then got sent back to the tutorial level. That's how he is carrying himself right now. He got sent right back to the tutorial level, right back to ground one, ground zero, and now Brock returns for revenge against a guy whose momentum already is flat. It's not right, man. It's not right. He ain't all they cooled off. He ain't all they cooled off yet. Okay, Triple H made him cool him off, but he is still he's still warm. All right, he's still warm. Okay. He didn't put the entire fire extinguisher on, bro, just yet. It's still some time to fix this. Clash in Italy is the way to do it. We can't go back now. The fake retirement from Brock Lesnar, as stupid as it was, and an execution. It might have been good to them, creative, that is, not us. It may have been a good idea to them in theory, and it wasn't necessarily the worst idea as the fans. If we saw it, it wasn't the worst idea. No, I've seen worse. But the execution of it was just absolutely terrible, bro. Terrible. Which made the entire attack feel ice cold, bro. Colder than Sub-Zero, man. He might as well be a brand new Mortal Kombat character, bro. Brock Lesnar, that is. You know? That's just how fucking ice cold this dude was. Yes, the crowd reacted. Yes, Brock returning is always a spectacle. The crowd, the fans chanted, "Hey! It's Brock!" But emotionally, it didn't hit as hard for us fans watching it on television, bro. I'm just going to be honest with you. It didn't hit as hard as it should have. You know, of course, fans in the arena are going to get excited, but yeah, because WWE never maintained the myth of Oba Femi after Mania, they have now spent the last few weeks killing his momentum by not keeping this dude feeling special. He now feels like just any other regular person on the roster, like a Rusev, like a Ethan Page, like any single body in that mid-card, son. He don't feel special, Jack. If Oba spend months destroying top stars, this segment becomes terrifying the way it was supposed to come off, man. Then you believe. Instead, it just came off like Brock was just beating up somebody that, you know, just been taking on NXT level up talent, son. Like, it's not even really man, it gave me the same vibe that it did right before WrestleMania, and that should have never changed, dude. So yeah, I've got my concerns. As good of a moment as this is for Brock, I'm sure he's happy. You know, TKO probably made him a deal that he couldn't resist. Yeah, that's how it probably is at the end of the day. They probably made him a deal he couldn't turn down. Maybe bro really was meant to retire. You know, maybe that actually wasn't it for him. It doesn't matter now, because now we're here. Now we're here to see if Oba Femi is going to continue his momentum or pick it back up from where it left off. That's the biggest question. What's going to happen? What can we do to fix this Oba Femi problem? Shout out to the gang. It's been good hearing from y'all again, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel down below. We can get about this joint. Peace. Big deuces. We about this biatch.